Imagine waking up one morning in 2026 and realizing nothing officially went wrong. Yet everything feels different. Your favorite apps still work. Offices are still open. People are still busy. But something has shifted underneath the surface. Opportunities feel fewer. Competition feels harsher. And jobs that once felt safe suddenly feel uncertain. No announcement. No breaking news. Just a quiet realization spreading through workplaces everywhere. Some roles aren't needed the way they used to be. And most people were not ready for it. Let me be very clear before we go any further. This video is not about panic. It's not about fear-mongering. And it's definitely not about saying everyone will lose their job. That's not how this works. What's happening is far more precise, far more uncomfortable, and far more real. In 2026, AI won't replace humans equally. It will replace specific types of work first. Quietly, efficiently, and often without anyone being officially fired. The biggest mistake people make is imagining AI replacement as a dramatic moment. Like one day a robot shows up and takes your chair. That's not how it happens. What actually happens is this. Tasks disappear before jobs do. Pieces of work get automated. Parts of roles shrink. And eventually, the job stops making sense to keep as it is. When that happens, companies don't think emotionally. They think economically. So which jobs feel this first? The first wave isn't about physical labor. It's about digital, predictable, repeatable work. Work that lives on screens. Work that follows patterns. Work that depends on speed more than human judgment. And that's why so many people underestimate the risk. They assume danger comes from machines doing hard things. In reality, danger comes from machines doing boring things extremely well. Customer support is one of the earliest pressure points. Not because humans are bad at it, but because AI never gets tired, never forgets policies, never has a bad day, and can talk to thousands of customers at once. In 2026, most companies won't remove humans from customer support completely, but they won't need nearly as many. AI handles the first layer. Humans only step in for rare, complex cases. Fewer roles. Same service. Lower cost. Then there's data entry, administrative coordination, and scheduling work. These roles exist because information needs to be moved, organized, confirmed, and updated. AI does this almost perfectly now. By 2026, it does it instantly. No delays. No missed emails. No follow-ups forgotten. When systems talk directly to systems, the human middle layer quietly disappears. Content-related jobs feel the pressure next. And this part shocks people because creativity was supposed to be safe. But a lot of creative work isn't pure creativity. It's structured output. Blog posts following formats. Marketing emails. Product descriptions. Social media captions. First drafts. AI doesn't replace the creative mind. It replaces the repetitive production around it. That means fewer entry-level roles, fewer junior positions, and much higher expectations for anyone still doing the work. Graphic design, video editing, and basic visual production follow a similar pattern. AI doesn't eliminate designers. It multiplies the output of the ones who know how to use it. One person now does the work of 5. The company doesn't need 5 anymore. This is where replacement becomes human to human, not human to machine. Someone using AI replaces someone who isn't. Research and analysis roles also feel the shift. Not because analysis is unimportant, but because collecting information used to take time. AI does it in seconds. Summarizing, comparing, extracting patterns, creating reports. Humans still decide what matters, but the number of people needed to reach those decisions drops sharply. Even education begins to change shape. Not teachers disappearing, but the support ecosystem around learning. Tutoring, test prep, basic instruction, explanations, practice feedback. AI handles these cheaply and constantly. The value moves from delivering information to mentoring, context, and guidance. Anyone whose role is purely explaining things, without deeper human value, feels the squeeze. Now here's the part nobody likes to talk about. The jobs that get replaced first are not the worst jobs. They're often the stepping stone jobs. The roles people use to enter industries, to learn, to grow, to prove themselves. When those disappear, the ladder doesn't just lose steps. It becomes harder to climb at all. And this is why so many people are unprepared. Because replacement doesn't announce itself as replacement. It shows up as fewer openings, higher requirements, more competition. You're not rejected because you're bad. You're rejected because someone else delivered the same result faster and cheaper. This isn't about intelligence. It's not about talent. It's not about effort. It's about leverage. AI gives leverage, and leverage changes everything. In 2026, companies won't ask, "Can you do this task?" They'll ask, "How much output can you generate with the tools available?" And if your answer doesn't include AI, you're not disqualified loudly. You're disqualified quietly. Here's the paradox. The people most at risk aren't the least skilled. They're the ones who believe their current skill level is enough. The ones who say, "I'll adapt when I need to." The problem is that by the time you feel you need to, adaptation feels overwhelming. Not because learning is impossible, but because the gap feels psychological, not technical. Another uncomfortable truth is that AI doesn't just replace jobs. It changes expectations. Speed becomes normal. Instant answers become normal. Rapid iteration becomes normal. Once that becomes normal, working slowly feels unprofessional, even if your work is good. This is why 2026 matters. It's not the year everything collapses. It's the year normalization sets in. AI-assisted work becomes the default. Not special. Not impressive. Just expected. So what do you do with this information? First, you stop thinking in terms of job titles and start thinking in terms of tasks. Ask yourself which parts of your work are predictable, repeatable, and pattern-based. Those are the parts AI absorbs first. Your value shifts to judgment, strategy, creativity, decision-making, and human connection. Second, you stop thinking AI is a separate skill. It's not. It's an amplifier. It attaches to whatever you already do. Writing, designing, managing, analyzing, planning. AI doesn't replace skills. It multiplies them. And if you don't learn to use it, someone else will multiply theirs instead. Third, you understand that learning AI is not about mastering every tool. It's about understanding what AI can do, where it fits, and how to guide it. The people who thrive won't be the ones who blindly trust AI. They'll be the ones who question it, direct it, and use it intentionally. The biggest danger in 2026 isn't unemployment. It's invisibility, being overlooked, being slower, being outperformed quietly. No email telling you you're obsolete. Just fewer chances, fewer options, fewer choices. And that's why nobody feels ready. Because readiness doesn't feel urgent until it's late. The future doesn't arrive with noise. It arrives with silence. AI in 2026 won't replace jobs first. It will replace comfort. It will replace assumptions. It will replace the idea that doing things the old way is good enough. The question isn't whether AI will replace jobs. The question is whether you'll be the one using it, or the one watching someone else take your place with it. That's the future paradox. Subscribe for more informative videos. Thanks.